Semifinal Saturday here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Final game of the day in the men's bracket. Cerritos and CCSF, the 2016 state champ, will take on the Falcons here from Cerritos. Join myself, Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, and Perry Webster on the call here, live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We are live from Ventura.
And we are set to go. Semifinal number 2 in the men's bracket, Cerritos and City College of San Francisco. San Diego City College, the defending champions, on to the final with a victory moments ago over Fresno City College. And who will be their opponent? We're about to find out. Cerritos College in the road blue jersey, City College of San Francisco in the home whites.
Two talented teams here.
Guzman set to jump it up. Mack with right-hand chase, and he jams it home. Falcons with a quick 2-0 start.
We're here to play, baby. We're here to play.
Jason Carter not available tonight for the Falcons with the badly sprained ankle. Right on the drive, that one missing. Hamilton has the rebound, wants to run. With Stansberry with him, and he lost the handle on the way up, but it's off of Stansberry, and it'll stay with Cerritos. And Perry, you lose a player like Jason Carter, a starter at the power forward, the 4-5 position. And how are the Falcons going to be able to deal with that and see if they can hang around against a very good Rams team?
Well, you know, it's the next man up mentality. You know, at this time of the season, you don't have any time to feel bad for yourself. They're playing a talented team, but you know, San Francisco hasn't seen anybody like Cerritos, kind of like Cerritos hasn't really seen anybody like San Francisco. The amount of length and talent and depth that Cerritos has isn't seen really much up there anyway. So Cerritos has talented wings. They got guys that can play multiple positions, guys that can move their feet. They defend pretty well.
Stansberry buries the 3 from the corner. You can't leave him open. He had 4 threes in the victory against Allen Hancock last night. He shoots over 40% from there on the season.
The key for Cerritos here today is going to be productive offense.
And Hamilton on the drive finishes with the left hand. Falcons back out in front.
San Diego City, when they played Hancock last night, they gave up a really good shooting percentage. What happened was Hancock turned the ball over too much. If Cerritos can take good shots, they're going to shoot a high percentage, and they're going to give themselves a chance to win the game.
Right, with a long 3 in and out, but a foul call. This is going to go against Alvis. And Alvis on the closeout.
Yeah, Terrell Brown, tough player here. Alvis is a key guy for Cerritos because he's going to have to handle San Francisco's pressure throughout the night and come down and orchestrate the offense. I think the key, like I said, I think the key is for Cerritos to go down on the offensive end, take their time, make sure they get good shots. On the defensive end, they're just going to have to, you know, stop those 2 wings, especially Brown and Stansberry. Those guys are talented guys, and then keep them off the glass.
And let me correct myself. I'm sorry. That was Terrell Brown that took the shot. He'll head to the line, hits 1 out of 2. He was 12 of 12 from the line last night, so his string is broken on the first free throw. On his way to 22 points. He hits 2 out of 3 here.
He was the NorCal Player of the Year this year, too. He had a heck of a regular season and really a talented guy, really quick and fast in the open court. Keyshawn Mack really fast.
Working against the press, swings it across. Hamilton open for 3, swished. Riley Hamilton's got 5 early. The Falcons have come out fast, and they lead it 7-5. Stansberry will back off a little stutter step. Now drive, scoop, no. Rebound tapped around. It's on the floor. Stansberry's got it back. Stedman backing down, goes to the hook. That won't go. And Guzman has the rebound. Obviously, Guzman is a guy who plays a big role for the Falcons already, but that role gets even bigger tonight. He'll have to really go a long way to filling the shoes of Carter.
Him and Thomas have to play a lot of minutes tonight.
This is Guzman facing up on Stedman and a bump on the drive. Guzman's got some nice range. He'll step outside and knock down a shot.
Yeah, if I'm Coach LeBaugh on the offensive end, we got to get the ball into the post a little bit, I think, and just and see if we can get those bigs for Cerritos in foul trouble. I think if you can do that, you really wear them down a little bit as the game goes on. Mack right here is a talented guy.
Mack on the drive. The hook won't go. Stedman has the rebound.
He's an Antelope Valley transfer. He just went and picked up a silly foul away from the ball. Can't do that. He was in foul trouble yesterday. He's got to be smarter.
And Mack picks up the foul full on the other end of the floor. That's his first.
You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to get fouls throughout the game on the drives or on rebounds. I mean,
quickly into Ionescu, and he 1-times it up there and gets it to go, and we're tied at 7.
Got to be locked in and focused right there. Lack of focus. Those kind of things can hurt you in this game. Every possession matters. It's a Final Four matchup. You're trying to get opportunity, and San Francisco City is very talented. You can't just give them baskets.
Well, interestingly, as a little backstory, both of these teams would love a shot at San Diego City College for different reasons. There's a little story behind both. Hamilton on the drive again, tips in his own miss.
Riley Hamilton's having a heck of a tournament up here. He's a talented guy.
He's got 7. You start with the Rams last season. These two teams met in the semis as Stansbury buries it from downtown. It's a 10-9 lead now for the Rams. And they led by 15 in the second half. We've talked a little bit about that. They really had the Knights reeling, and it was a furious comeback by San Diego City to eventually eliminate them. Thomas on the drive, hangs and scores.
Cerritos not getting back in transition defense early, and San Fran not doing a great job in transition defense.
But the Falcons had a similar experience earlier this year at the Miracosta tournament, playing the Knights. As Stedman will try for 3 off the back iron. Long rebound. Brown tracks it down. Down he goes, but he manages to shovel it over to Ionescu. Behind his back to Stansbury, who hits. Stansbury hits again from long range. He's come out matching Riley Hamilton. He's got 9 in the game. 13-11, the Rams with the lead, and we're less than 4 minutes in.
Stansbury likes taking a good hard look after a 3 at the other team.
Getting back to the Cerritos story as Mack is on the drive, they also led by double digits in the second half at the Miracosta tournament, trying to hand the Knights a rare loss. And the Knights, again, a furious comeback from double digits down. Joseph Riley hits 3 threes in short order to get them back in the game. They end up winning by 1 in a very heated game between the two teams.
Jeff, I hope that these two teams aren't thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's a great point. And you can be assured that they're not. But I think, both these teams.
They got some motivation, I hear you.
I think both those teams remember those games. Yeah. And, might like a chance. So I think I'm just trying to set the stage for tomorrow that I think tomorrow's going to be really good no matter who we get.
Yeah, no doubt.
Here there's going to be a little bit of a backstory. 1 out of 2 from the line for Mack. And the Rams maintain a 1-point lead, Wright dancing on the dribble. Off to Harris, who's checked in.
There's where you need to hurt him.
Stedman, turnaround hook shot is short, and Thomas skies for the board. Ends up tipping it out to Hamilton, who will get it to Alvis.
Stedman, that's where he's got to go, and that's a nice little duck in, getting the ball deep. You just got to finish in the post.
Mack will work it across to Thomas. Thomas led the Falcons with 20 points in the victory last night. Alvis hangs and scores.
Alvis, nice play, nice play.
Alvis with his first 2. 14-13, Falcons back out in front.
Alvis is just solid, man. He doesn't get outside of himself.
Great block by Mack, who can really elevate. Denies Ionescu, and Hamilton with the rebound. And I think if you're Russ May on that sideline for Cerritos, you got to feel pretty good about your start for your team here.
And I like what Russ just did. He slowed the team down.
Thomas hits from long range. He connects on over 30% from three-point range. He's got that shot. Quick start for the Falcons. They lead it by 4. Brown on the drive, bumped by Alvis. The foul before the shot. More good sportsmanship there as Brown's going to help Hamilton up.
I like that. San Francisco got to guard better, man.
Well, this has some similarities to last night where Allen Hancock got off to a very fast start, had a lead briefly, and it was really the Rams eventually wearing them down in the second half. But for a lot of that game, the Bulldogs were right in it.
I think the difference here, Jeff, is that Cerritos has the talent to sustain this for 40 minutes. These guys making shots can make them for 40 minutes, and that's not a knock on Allen Hancock. It's just Cerritos has just a little bit higher level player and a little bit more depth on the wing to score points. So San Francisco's got to get in the stance, and they got to defend, and or they could get upset here tonight.
Yeah, Cerritos as a team has been very good defensively all season. Of course, so has City College of San Francisco.
Yep.
Both among the leaders in the entire 3C2A in field goal percentage allowed. But the Falcons certainly represent a very dangerous opponent, as you would expect here in the semifinals. A couple of changes. Malik Smith coming into the game for the Falcons.
San Francisco just brought in Hayes. They're going to go to him right here on the block.
And a foul on the entry pass. And they'll get together and discuss this.
How about Hayes comes in off the bench for San Francisco City? I mean, he's a talented, big, strong, tough guy and really good on the block. And he gets to come in off the bench. And
Falcons trying to match up, bringing in Austin Freeman, who's very tall, their biggest guy, really.
Not just tall, he's a monster of a man.
I don't think the timing was an accident.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
But Hayes, really, as much as anybody on a team that presents so many matchup problems, it might have been the biggest matchup problem for Allen Hancock last night.
Yep.
So we'll see how he works.
You know, Hayes is a big, strong guy, but he's also got good footwork and good foot speed, you know, some quickness around guys.
Brown gets it to Ionescu. Checked by Isaiah Tyler, who's checked in for the Falcons as well. Back to Hayes, who will face up. Backing down, goes to the scoop, no good, but a foul called. This looks like it's going to go against Freeman, and it will. That'll be Freeman's first, and Hayes gets himself right to the line.
Tough take right there. You know, as soon as Hayes comes in the game, Coach LeBaugh kind of decide let's go to him. He's touched the ball 3 times down here on this possession alone. So
57% foul shooter, and he drains the first.
Obviously, he's a focal point of what they're trying to do. You know, San Francisco's full court pressing and getting back, and they're getting caught up in some switches defensively and some tough matchup problems. It'll be interesting to see if Coach LeBaugh makes any adjustments and tries to really get matched up with guys that similar frames and similar builds to guard.
Dexter Hood has checked in as well. Smith at the controls. Harris on him. Gets the screen.
Yeah. Oh, carry.
And they're going to call the carry on Smith. So the turnover gives it back to the Rams. Both these teams in their opening games on the weekend did a remarkable job taking care of the ball. Just 6 turnovers for the Rams in their victory and only 8 for Cerritos in their victory over Yuba.
That's a winning formula.
Harris on the drive.
Zone, 2-3 zone here out of Cerritos.
Witt.
No Stansberry on the floor. That's probably a good time to zone him. Witt.
Oh, terrific feed down low, and Hayes with the soft finish.
Good pass by Harris. He's a good-looking freshman, man.
Leads the team in assists, as if we needed the evidence. 17 all.
So San Fran backed up the defense here. Going to guard him man-to-man. Switching the ball screens.
High screen by Tyler. Back to Hamilton. Thomas.
Freeman posting hard.
Tyler with the skip pass, looking for Hamilton. He'll pull up from 16, rimming, no, tip, no, but Tyler's got the rebound.
One thing in this game is you got to block out, man. There are too many athletes on the floor. You may think you're a good athlete, but that other guy's going to be able to jump right over you.
Yeah, Tyler there picks up a foul. I think he's still a little bit angry with himself. He had a good opportunity to go back up with the ball and just lost the handle on the previous possession, and he reaches in on Harris there and picks up the foul.
Already 9 guys in the game for Cerritos. Already 9 guys in the game for San Francisco City.
Witt.
I expected to see some zone out of Cerritos. You know, they're very, very small on the back line here.
Back cut by Hood, and he lays it in 6 in a row.
They've given up 2 layups. They're so small on the back line, and they've given up 2 layups. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach turnovers.
Harris with the steal in the backcourt, blocked by Thomas. The ball on the floor, another opportunity. Thomas with another block, but Witt recovers for the Rams. Trying to pass out of a double team, and what's the call?
Coach May getting after the refs. You don't really see Coach May get super emotional typically, and he don't like those calls.
Thomas ends up picking up the foul. That's his first.
10th guy in the game for San Francisco.
Borgia will come on.
Borgia can step out and knock down a 3. He kind of can play off of Hayes a little bit.
Yeah, and keep an eye on Witt, who will bring it in on the far side. Another sharpshooter for the Rams. Hood with Guzman on him. Witt thought about it from downtown, and a foul, a hold as he started to drive. This will go against Wilkes, who's checked in for Cerritos. Cody Wilkes.
Already in the bonus. Not good. Not good. You're out. You know, Carter's out of the game, so you're already down 1 guy. That was a 17th foul. Should be 1-1.
12-56.
Hey, luckily I'm here. I'm here. They almost inbounded the ball. Somebody's here recognizing one. And Coach LeBaugh and I were paying attention.
Well, I figured that you would notice, and I was really sure that Coach LeBaugh would notice.
Yeah, he was definitely going to notice. He wants those points, especially with Witt. I would imagine, I don't know his free throw percentage. I'd imagine Witt's a good free throw shooter. I just jinxed him tonight, Jeff.
Ready? First one.
No, I don't have that superpower that you've got, Jeff.
You're still learning.
Yeah.
You've come a long way in a short while, young man. Yeah, Witt, 91% from the line, and he hits the first.
Hey, Witt's shoes, those look like some 1995 Nikes. I haven't seen shoes that look like that in a long time.
Well, if that were the case, they would certainly be older than him. 8 in a row for the Rams, who have inched out to a 4-point lead. Guzman between the circles, gets it over to Thomas.
Don't foul here. This is Freeman doesn't have a ton of experience this year.
Good feed down to Guzman and a foul. Guzman going to head to the line for a three-point opportunity.
Great play by Freeman. Freeman hasn't played a ton this year because Carter's been playing. They've been rotating 3 bigs for most of the year, and now he's in the game, and San Francisco's kind of doubling there. I gotta watch him make a move and score on me once or twice before I'm going to really put a double on him. But great play by him. Way to find the open man. Freeman is a mountain of a man.
And he's working against Borgia down there, and this is, just very good patience. And a good little move to maintain the spacing, I think, by Guzman as well on a play like that. And that's just a very alert play. Cannot make it a three-point play. Settles for the 2. That breaks the run for the Rams, but they still lead it by 2.
Yeah, no
Hood
defense.
drives the lane. Nobody home. Scoops and scores.
Good call. Good timeout.
And Russ May wants to huddle up and talk it over. 23-19. The Falcons have had a lot of success on defense all year, but they haven't run into an offense like this too often. And they're struggling a little bit early. They trail it by 4. 12:30 to go here in the first half. You're watching the 3C2A basketball championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Back underway. Harris trying to keep that one alive on the inbound pass, but it's back to the Falcons.
Now, I know Coach May wants to get that bench involved early. I think Keyshawn Mack and Demetrius Thomas and Riley Hamilton, they're going to have to play 35, 38 minutes in this game. You're going to have to match talent for talent.
Wilkes probably the most dangerous shooter for the Falcons from long range, number 3, and you keep an eye on him.
And I don't like the thought of I hate the thought of it's like the baseball coach who saves his best pitcher for the championship. No, we got to get there first. We're putting it all out there, and we got to find a way to get through this game first, and we'll figure out tomorrow in the morning.
Guzman starts to back down on Borgia. Into the lane, finds Wilkes. Passes on the 3, comes up shooting from 18. That's short. Rebound on the floor. Wilkes going to try and keep it alive, but Borgia with the steal.
I like the adjustment Coach LeBon made here early to back off the pressure, guard him man-to-man, get matched up, and make guys beat you one-on-one.
Witt spinning into the lane, hangs and scores.
Wow, nice play by Witt. Nice play. That's the Witt I remember from last year's state tournament. He didn't have a great day yesterday, but I kind of mentioned I thought he was really important guy for them to get going. And he's a talented guy. Don't let the frame fool you. He's got some talent inside that body.
Well, that's just a heck of a move. A couple of spin moves back, and he shuffled the feet.
Good call.
Falcons now trail it by 6 as the Rams get it back, and the run is a 12-2 run for the Rams to start to assert themselves here in this first half.
Alves is on the bench for Cerritos, so it'll be interesting to see how long he stays on the bench.
Yeah, Malik Smith and Alves split a lot of time at that point guard position. Harris fans it outside. Hayes with a jump stop, goes up, missed it, gets his own rebound, and scores. Hayes with the quick leaping down low, gets his own miss and finishes off.
Defensive rebounding is such an important factor here in this junior and California Community College basketball, man. It's so important.
14-2 run. Smith
nice
leaves it for Thomas. Terrific feed.
I like that right there. Thomas doesn't stand on the drive as Smith is driving. He moves to the open spot. You try to teach your big guys that all the time. And Thomas isn't really, I mean, he's size-wise he's a big guy, but he's got some skill. He's more of a wing player that's kind of playing an inside position for them on the defensive end.
Harris lost the handle. Thomas has the steal. Into the front court. Wilkes will try for 3. Bang!
Shot. That's a big shot, man. That's a big shot. Cerritos right back in this thing, 3-point game. Live ball turnover.
5-0 run. Gets them back within 3. Witt going to try to answer from way downtown. Rims high, no good, and Guzman's got the rebound. Smith In on Witt, out to Thomas. Checked by Borgia. Drives the lane, kicks it out. Wilkes open for 3, 2 in a row. Wilkes. And that's, you can't ask for much better if you're the Falcons in that situation. That's just catch and shoot for Wilkes, and he's got all kinds of room.
I do want to point out Jason Carter on the bench. He is moving well. I know he's not suited up, but if there is a chance they get by today, maybe he plays tomorrow.
Witt will try again from 3 off the iron, but Hood on the offensive glass finds Hayes in a crowd, forces one up, won't go. Thomas snaps it down.
Stansbury's got 2 fouls, huh? That's why he's on the bench.
Smith will walk it into the front court. Mack gets a screen from Guzman.
This is going to be, ultimately, this is going to be a game of runs. Who can sustain runs and who can put an end to runs, put the fires out.
Thomas, Witt on him, step back 3 for Demetrius Thomas,
Push.
rims
They're
high,
go
no
here.
good.
Got to go fast.
Hood trying to get past Smith, and he does. He's into the lane, fans it out. Harris open for 3. Long rebound, Smith giving chase, but it's tapped out to Witt. Witt, jump stop in the lane over Mack off the back iron. Keyshawn Mack is some kind of leaper.
Good, yeah, he is.
I think Witt does a great job there to get that much height on his shot. Smith missed on the drive. Rebound batted around. It's on the floor, still on the floor. Mack's got it, 2 on 2.
Good decision.
Foul line jumper, no good. Guzman another offensive rebound.
So many times this weekend we've seen guys try to go all the way to the rim on that. Mack made the right decision to pull up and shoot the jumper. Didn't go in, but the more correct plays you make over 40 minutes, the better chance you're going to give yourself. I found Mitch Charlins. He's up there with that angry face by himself.
Guzman spins baseline, now back to the
Nice
middle.
play.
Pretty move by Guzman. He's got 4, and now a timeout taken, and it's Justin LeBlanc who wants to talk it over.
I actually don't think that was Justin LeBlanc.
Was it Russ May? Okay.
No. I think a player took a timeout, and Justin didn't ask for the timeout. The player just took it on his own. Justin doesn't seem
Interesting.
happy.
I don't know.
That's the second time we've seen that this weekend.
Did we see it one other time?
Yeah, we saw that. God, I can't remember the game was. I'm going to think.
Well, that's why we do have the broadcast up here, which is on a little bit of a delay, so we're going to actually see this, and let's see if we can find out who takes it. Yeah, it looks like Harris takes the timeout. Well, it's got a
LeBron's looking at him. What are you doing?
It's got a coaching future,
Yeah,
I guess.
Harris
He's
is going
ready
to be a coach in his future. He's a future San Francisco City College head coach.
Yeah, it's an interesting development, but obviously an opportunity for Coach LeBlanc to maybe set some things straight. The Falcons have made a nice response here after they got down 6.
Yeah, now Coach LeBlanc comes back with the starting unit. He had the second unit in, and Cerritos went on a run there. I think it was a 10-0 run.
Right. Well, I know they were down 6.
Yeah, I think it's an 8-0 run for sure.
Yeah.
Might be 10 there, Perry.
Yeah.
Wright loses his footing, but it goes right to Stedman. Stansbury, who's come back, he's already hit a couple of threes. Driving on Tyler, a low push-off, fires from 15, rimming, no. Rebound
Freeman.
pulled down by Freeman.
The big fella came to play. Good for him, man. Good for him.
Getting the extra minutes with the injury to Jason Carter.
That's exactly it, Michael. I think we wondered who was going to pick it up, and it looks like Freeman's going to pick up a lot of those minutes. Smith on the drive, out to Hamilton. Fakes on Ionescu. Hooks a pass, Smith open from 15. Back iron, no good. Brown jets into the front court, but the Falcons do a good job getting back.
Good
And
D,
Smith
good D.
picks his pocket. And down goes Smith.
Timeout.
You know, the difference between this game is every loose ball or everything that goes, there's not like some extra scrum afterwards. Both teams are just staying within themselves and not getting crazy.
Timeout on the floor, 29-27. Cerritos leading City College, San Francisco City College, here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
I think so, right? Yeah.
Back to Ventura, and we welcome you back here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. The Falcons and the Rams with a spot in the 3C2A championship game tomorrow against San Diego.
You know, in 2010, Coach LeBach coached the San Francisco City team in the state championship game, and that was my first time against him, and that was as a player, and we beat him. And then amazingly, he came back the next year in 2011 and won a state championship, and he's kind of trying to do the same thing here. You know, got beat last year in the Final Four, and now he's trying to come back and get a championship.
Bodies everywhere, and Stedman picks up the foul for the Rams. That's his first, the fifth on City College of San Francisco.
Now, if I'm not
go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Coach LeBach's championship in like 2011 with San Francisco City was like the first championship at San Francisco City in 40 years or something like that. And now they're in the Final Four almost every year. Yeah. This guy deserves credit for what he's done there.
Another odd fact: it's the first championship game that SoCal College Sports covered. If my memory is right, there
it's true. Yeah,
against Citrus College.
Against Citrus, they beat Saddleback in the semis of that year.
Tyler loses the handle on the way up. Ionescu has it for the Rams.
Can I get a DVD copy?
No.
No, that one's gone forever.
Oh!
Wow!
That's a hard foul.
Hammered by Freeman.
Now, it's a hard foul because Freeman's a big boy, but I got to tell you, he did make a play on the ball. That's not dirty. Look, and they're slapping five. They know it's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, that was a harrowing moment to watch, and we'll see if we can get the replay, but that was really massive contact. But, yeah, I think Freeman clearly there obviously making a play on the ball.
That reminds me of some of Shaq's hard fouls at the Lakers back in the early 2000s. He'd come over there, and he knew he was going to get the foul, but he wasn't going to let you get anything easy.
You get just seeing the tail end of it right there. But
you know, these are two teams that so far have gotten it. You know, I think they respect each other. In fact, I don't know if CCSF knew how good Cerritos is because they're hanging with them tooth and nail.
At this point in the year, if you don't respect your opponent, you're doing yourself a disservice.
And Coach LeBach, you talk about the legacy that he's established at CCSF. He brought his team nice and prepared for this one.
Yeah, it raises an interesting question that we haven't really addressed as Freeman cleans it up and lays it in.
The big fella is here to play, baby.
What's the level of awareness of the Rams of the absence of Carter, and how might that affect them as they come out? Right.
Not affecting them very negatively right now. I got to tell you, Freeman playing very well.
Well, I meant more for the Rams, and does that sometimes maybe hurt your focus a little bit?
Yeah, I think that does. I think maybe they can come in here and think, oh, well, they don't have one of their best guys, and they're going to be an easy opponent.
The ball might have touched the sideline. Falcon bench thinks so, but it's a shot clock violation anyway.
And this trip, the shot clock don't lie, apparently. Keyshawn Mack on the floor. Now, Mack has battled ankle and knee injuries throughout the season, playing banged up. Freeman going to come out here. He'll be replaced by Jonathan Guzman. But, boys, we have ourselves a barn burner here, and Cerritos thinking upset.
Well, listen, this is something that we didn't think we were going to say, but I think it's incredibly significant here that Freeman heads to the bench, and he does have 2 fouls. And he may yet be a very important player, a guy who played 15 games during the regular season, just a few minutes per contest.
Coach May's doing a tremendous job early on, rotating the right guys, pushing all the right buttons, kind of like we talked about Mitch doing.
Yeah.
Trying to make it an All-South final. Smith. Brown taps it away, but it's out of bounds, and it'll stay with Cerritos. Hamilton will bring it in baseline right.
Cerritos was the 5th seed in the South originally. The 2, 3, and 4 seeds all lost in the playoffs. San Bernardino lost. Citrus lost as a 3 seed, and East LA lost.
Hamilton drains it from outside. He has come out on fire. 9 in the game. Brown with a hard drive. Gets it and a foul.
It's a big-time move. Let's see that again.
Brown is tough taking the ball to the man.
I mean, it's well worth noting that he just hit the deck hard on a foul by Freeman, and he goes right back into the breach.
He's got really long strides. He's very quick, but he's covering a lot of ground, and he's not really that tall of a guy, but
he gets there quick.
It went in, Marlin.
So Brown will try and complete the three-point play. 5:31 to go here in the first half. Nip and tuck affair. And the Falcons down Jason Carter, but a spirited effort so far. And Hey, guys, I think as you alluded to, it's not like the Rams are playing badly. Smith trying to go coast to coast, and the foul before the shot.
Jeff, I don't think they're playing poorly on the offensive end. I think they're doing a poor job on the defensive end, though. I don't want to be too critical, but they got to do a better job of keeping guys in front and making guys take tougher shots.
Yeah.
6th team foul, as the foul goes against Terrell Brown.
See, just the gambles and the stuff out around half court are kind of giving Cerritos angles to attack.
Hamilton with a crossover on Ionescu, hangs, misses. Thomas crashing the boards.
What a rebound.
Ripped out by Hayes.
What a rebound. Thomas came in there, and Hayes, man, he gets 2 hands on that ball. He's keeping it. Got some big paws, big, strong paws.
Some Karl Malone paws.
Yep.
Right. They work it around to Brown.
Cerritos' bench has great energy, man. Those guys are fired up to be here. First time they've been here in Russ May's tenure. They're playing for a lot. They're playing for Coach Freeman. They're playing for Russ May's brother. So,
boy, that was a terrific pass from Harris, but Hayes can't convert in the crowd.
They're not here to just be here. They're here to win this thing. You can tell. Smith has played a ton this half. Does Alvis have 2 fouls?
Well, I don't believe so. I'd have to check the live stats here in a moment, but it's not entirely uncommon. They do have a lot of faith in the sophomore Malik Smith, and they will give him a long run.
Lewis Hayes really wreaking havoc down low defensively. Guzman not used to that type of physicality. He's usually the one beating up on somebody else down low.
Brown misses on the pull-up. Thomas running the floor, but Hamilton ahead of him with the pass.
I think another major reason to play Smith so many minutes is to put him on Terrell Brown the whole way and make Terrell Brown's night as difficult as possible.
Terrell Brown, but you can also switch off if Stansberry is also a menace as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Malik Smith, I think, does the best job in terms of pressuring on the ball.
Yeah, 2 fouls on Alvis, Jeffrey. That's a good call.
Yeah, well, it's Perry's call, but he knew it.
I just guessed.
Hayes backing down on Guzman, goes to the hook and scores.
I'm going to him every time, man. I got to go. That guy's got to touch the ball, man.
Yeah, Freeman's out there. You got to
go.
When
Freeman's in the game, we gotta go in the paint. Hayes is tough.
Wilkes.
Hayes is that prototypical JUCO, kind of undersized. Maybe he's not, a high major Division I guy.
We made the comparison yesterday to him and Ethan Esposito.
Yep.
2 very physical players down on the low block. I think in terms of brute strength, you have to give it to Hayes and the skill factor over to Esposito, but the same type of mold, undersized bigs, and you have to be thrilled to have them at your disposal as a coach.
Yeah, sometimes you see that where a guy maybe at the very highest level is a body type. He has the wrong body type for the position he needs to play. Ionescu in the lane, short with the shot. Rebound tipped around, and Wilkes has it.
Ionescu's had a couple good looks he hasn't been able to put down.
Smith has Hayes in a switch. And he goes right to work, driving on Hayes.
And
it counts and a foul. Well, I was waiting for the call. What a job by Smith.
See the replay here. Just an incredible job by Smith getting to the rack.
I tell you, not bad defense by Hayes. Just gets him a little bit with the body.
Do we have the replay on the lower shot there, Matty? That'd be something to watch here. There we go.
So Malik Smith.
Look at that. What a finish. Nice job, Matt. Matt Henson, Emory Johnson on the board here tonight.
And Smith converts his first 3, and it gives the Falcons a 2-point lead. 3:10 and counting remaining in the first half.
We got a set play here coming out of the
right on Thomas. Brown guarded closely by Smith. Witt between the circles. Starts to drive out to Brown. He'll try for 3, too strong.
Force the 3.
Mack with the rebound.
Gotta
3 on
stop the ball.
2 if they hurry. Fans it out to Wilkes. He'll try for 3. Bang!
Man, he is on fire from beyond the arc, and Cerritos feeling it here in the first half.
He's got 3 threes. He's got 9 in the game. 39-34. Brown directing traffic. Gets it to Stedman. Stedman backing down on Guzman. Turnaround hook is good.
You got to bring the double earlier than that. That's just way too easy on the low block.
You know what else I want to see is make him go back to his right shoulder. Don't let him get to that strong hand, that left shoulder.
Yeah.
Mack. Checked by Witt.
They're forcing
drives to the glass, lays it up and in.
That's a big time move there, Perry.
But they're forcing him into his left hand, his strong hand. He's going to kill you if he can do that all night.
Right too hard off the glass, but the offensive rebound gets it to Harris. High arcing three off the back iron. Right with another chance. Third chance points perhaps. Witt wants Stedman down low. Double team comes from Wilkes. They get it out to Brown. Brown on the drive, finds Stedman, he'll lay it in.
Good no call.
Terrell Brown doing it all.
That's just good offense and defense on both ends. Kudos to both teams.
Stedman with 4, the last 4.
Floor sweepers getting after it.
41-38. Smith driving on Brown, blocked by Stedman.
Oh, what a play, what a save.
Harris with the save. Witt goes down, but he keeps his dribble.
That line over there, Ray, they painted a little too high.
It's not officially 94 feet. Right. Fans it out. Stedman will try for 3. Didn't get any. Harris on the offensive glass. Fouled by Smith. He's going to head to the line for a couple of free throws.
Big Mike. Big Mike, we need to have a serious talk right now.
Talk to me.
The big fella Stedman. He's been hurting him in the paint. Why are we stepping out to 3?
That's a great question. He wants to announce his presence with authority from beyond the arc. Only problem is the last couple that I've seen him put up there have been some sitting ducks. And that one, an air ball, luckily it serves as an assist and then a foul, and has Harris is at the line.
He needs to recognize how effective he is down there. Hey, I'm not trying to hate on the kid. He needs to recognize how good he is down on the block and get down there and dominate the game like he can.
You know what you're doing? You're coaching him up.
Yeah, I just believe the kid is really talented down there.
Because that's what you do.
I think the problem in basketball now is that chicks love the 3-ball.
That's true.
And that's
chicks love Jeff.
It's going to step out there. Everybody wants to shoot from long range now. Hey, you want to have that in your game.
Jeff, is that true? Chicks dig the 3-ball?
Well, I'm just advancing a theory here. I don't have any hard science to back it up. 41-40. Falcons with the 1-point lead and the ball. Smith. Mack on the crossover on Brown. In on Borgia. Lost the handle. Gets it back. Fall away won't go. The rebound's on the floor. Mack going to try and keep it alive, but he stepped on the sideline.
Man, this team is battling.
Yeah, I was just going to say, both teams are playing really hard. You got to credit both coaches.
51.2 to go in the first half in a 1-point game, and this has been an entertaining first half, guys, and very tightly contested.
So Coach Labau's calling out something. He's trying to get something here.
Travel.
Harris on a drive, shovel to Borgia, blocked by Thomas, but the goaltend call. And I think it's a good call.
Yeah, I thought he got
that. See the replay here, Matt. We're going to see 2 travels here, but we're going to see a goaltend in addition to that.
I didn't think that was a travel. No.
That's a travel right there. 2 stutters right there, Perry. If you can't see that, then you're just, those are your guys.
No. Okay, see, that's where Cerritos has got to really, really not get into that throwing the ball, trying to make home run plays. It's a possession by possession game.
And Russ May is in disbelief over on the Falcon sideline and
not real happy.
Can't figure that pass. But the turnover gives it back to the Rams.
Shout out to his family watching on the Eastern Seaboard. Feel free to tweet at us at SoCal College SPO. We take on all comers.
Now, I don't know if this is factual, but I'm going to guess that kid that looks exactly like him is his son on the bench.
You might be right.
I mean, they look a lot alike.
Brown still guarded by Smith on the drive, and a push on Smith before the shot, but the Falcons are in the penalty, so it's going to be free throws anyway. Brown heads to the line for a couple of free throws.
I want to talk a little bit about the mental deal here with Cerritos. San Francisco is the power in the North. They've been the power in the North for probably 10 years now, and they've been a power in the state. They've won multiple state championships. You always know they're going to be here at the end, and Cerritos hasn't been here. And you're getting this opportunity, and it's your program's really first opportunity to go play with the heavyweights and prove that you're here. And not only that you're here, but you're here to be a part of it and be better than them. So, great opportunity for them. Stupid foul.
That's terrible. 1-1 now here for Smith.
Started to say Brown with 9 in the first half after the couple of made free throws, but the foul with 13.6. That's the second foul on Ben Borgia. And it, perhaps more importantly, it sent Smith to the line with an opportunity to put points on the board for the Falcons.
Stedman and Stansberry check back into the ball game, and City looking for a dagger here at the end of the first half.
Now, I just said stupid foul, but if by chance Smith were to not hit this free throw and then San Francisco City comes back and gets a bucket, greatest foul in the world.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
Smith readies the free throw. It's up, and it's good.
Stupid foul.
We have our answer. Malik Smith, a 71% foul shooter. He's got one more coming. And, in all seriousness, the Rams with a very good final minute going, and that stalls a little momentum heading into the locker room. You let the Falcons maybe have a little bit of a better feeling if they can get a stop here, get the final point.
Oh, Stedman was wide open.
Witt, 8 seconds. Harris on the drive. Fans it out. Stansberry step back three with hands in his face. It's off the back iron. Mack has the rebound. That'll do it for the first half. We head to the locker room. City College of San Francisco leading 44-42 over Cerritos. Semifinal number 2 in the 3C2A basketball championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
And just a reminder, everybody, the 3C2A championship gear is available now at their website, CCCAA sports.com. Be a part of the 2018 Men's and Women's Basketball Championship today. The store will only be open for a limited time. And if you have a shout out you'd like us to get on the air, you can tweet that to us at SoCal College SPO, that's S-P-O, whether it's for your favorite player, your favorite team, we'd be more than happy to get that on the air for you. And also, let your friends and family know that they can watch all of our broadcasts live on our website and our YouTube channel. The website is www.socalcollegesports.com and the YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. At the half, San Francisco leads the Falcons 44-42.
get ready for the second half. City College of San Francisco with a 44-42 lead over the Falcons of Cerritos College at the break.
Good to see Alvis back in the game for Cerritos to see if he can get himself going, get an impact. He hadn't played in about 45 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
let's see if he can stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough ask considering who he's going up against.
Yeah, matched up with Terrell Brown where he picked up 2 fouls pretty quickly.
Let's hope he warmed up hard and doesn't pull a hammy.
Ionescu
Little slip action, side ball screen.
gets the screen from Stedman on the drive, goes to the left hand, no good, and Thomas has the rebound for the Falcons.
That length and athleticism in the lane really giving some problems to City at times.
Yep, Ionescu, he's had a couple opportunities right there in the lane to finish some shots and hasn't quite gotten it going. We'll see if he can get some shots to go and drop in the second half.
Guzman working against Wright, backing down, fake, blocked by Wright, but the pass actually to Thomas. I thought that was blocked, but I'm ready to call it a pass. I think he finds Thomas there on the baseline. I think it was a shot.
It got deflected back to him, and then a touch pass over to Thomas
Mike,
for a
what
finish.
do you have against Guzman?
I
love Guzman. He's one of my favorite players.
You know I'm an optimist. Brown on the drive, gets it, and the foul. He goes down hard. They're helping him up. He looks like he's okay, but
what happened
Brown
there,
is tenacious.
What happened there was they didn't give Alvis any help on the screen. They set the screen. There was no hard hedge. There was nothing. And if you're not hedging out hard on Brown and he's getting downhill on you with a full head of steam, consider it done.
He's got 11.
It's quite the
in the hedge of the line.
I remember my first year at Fullerton, we played Cerritos in the Riverside City College tournament, and back then they were really hard hedging screens and doing a great job of it. So we were actually doing a lot of slip action, and we had success with that. But they're not quite hard hedging as much now as they were then.
Guzman works it around. Alvis over to Hamilton. Shot clock at 15 as Alvis finds Hamilton again. Guzman faces up on Stedman.
So it looks
Backing down again into the lane. Left-handed hook gets the roll.
Yeah, good luck guarding that. Guzman, he can get that every day of the week.
Looks like Cerritos has come out and they've focused on establishing Guzman on the block.
He's got 6 in the game. Stansberry off to Stedman. Ionescu curling off a screen, knocked away by Mack. It's on the floor. Alvis has Mack in front.
Showtime.
Goes to the reverse. Mack throws it down. And that gives the Falcons the lead. As we'll take a look at the replay. And this is just a heady play by Mack here, starting to create the turnover.
I wonder when the last game was that San Francisco City was not in the lead in the second half of a game.
Ionescu, the high arcing three is good.
So much for that.
He's got to get going. That was a big shot for him.
So Ionescu, who's had some trouble in the lane, steps outside, knocks one down.
Ionescu's 6'6", man. He's a big, long guy.
2-point lead for the Rams. Alvis will try to answer. It does.
He warmed up.
Right back at you. He's chirping at Ionescu.
5 points for Alvis after the 3. Falcons back out in front. Stedman going against Guzman. No call. Back outside to Stansberry. Shot clock at 17.
Alvis's father told us before the game that
Stansberry from way downtown. Stedman gets the offensive rebound and gets it back out to Wright.
He told us that we were doing a good job, and we were just happy to hear one person tell us we were doing a good job. So.
Ionescu pounding the offensive glass, and he's fouled after the miss by Brown.
Yeah, Alvis, part Colombian, part Mexican, and he is a gritty kid. What a great response on the other end after the main 3 from Ionescu. Ionescu now can give City back the lead here. A couple free throws coming his way.
Mike, is Colombia close to El Salvador?
Actually, I think it is, because Colombia, I want to say it's El Salvador, Costa Rica, Panama. Yeah, they're not that far away. They're closer than we are, that's for sure.
Okay. A birdie named Matt Kavanaugh once told me you are the biggest El Salvadorian in the history of El Salvador.
I certainly don't look El Salvadorian, but I will take it.
All right. Cavi, baby. I hope Cavi's listening.
Yeah, Coach Kavanaugh. He might go back and listen to this broadcast.
2 for 2 for Ionescu. They fan it out to Hamilton. Pulls up from 12 feet, knocks it down.
That's silky.
Hamilton has 11.
You know what's funny is we all like to talk about San Francisco City's talent level. They ain't just way more talented than this Cerritos team.
No, Cerritos is good.
Ionescu will try for 3, rims high, no good. Hamilton with a good box out. Mack leaking out again. Goes up and hammers it down. So Mack with a couple of dunks. Cerritos up 3.
We're going to see it one more time. Hopefully we don't see a dunk on the other end.
Hayes tries the interior feed. Stansberry can't handle it. Hamilton's got the steal.
It'll be interesting to see how San Francisco handles a close game in some adversity.
Yeah, they haven't had a lot of adversity in recent memory.
One loss all year to College of Sequoias early in the year in the Fresno City tournament, I believe.
Yeah, and a big point differential, so they've had a lot of blowouts. Mack on the drive, splits the double team. High off the glass, no good. Brown rips down the board, gets it ahead to Ionescu.
The great Rusty Smith, College of Sequoias, beautiful Visalia, California.
Big Daddy.
Right there next to Fresno. Well, they're in the same league. They're not real close. But.
Hayes has Mack in a mismatch, lowers the shoulder and lays it in, and that's going to be a tough assignment for Mack.
Coach Ortiz, the defense coordinator for Cerritos, not happy about that.
And Mack, operating with 2 fouls, really just goes straight up, tries to alter the shot, but Hayes just too good.
Alvis over the timeline.
You just feel like Alvis brings a steadying presence to the whole game.
Floor general.
Guzman checked by Ionescu. Shot clock at 14. They get it to Hamilton. Working on Brown. He'll fire for 3.
Wow.
Switch!
Cerritos with upset on the brain. They're up by 4, a lot of time left.
I got to tell you guys, Riley Hamilton's missed 3 shots tonight. I don't remember them. Right on the drive.
And he just took a charge.
Called.
Having the game of his life, 2 game winners on the season. One of them extended their season in the win over Riverside. Jeff, you had the call of that one. We had the call versus Antelope Valley in the Miracosta tournament. A dagger 3 at the end that gave them the lead, that got them to the championship game of that tournament. He's had a fantastic season, and I got to tell you, he is performing well on a big platform here at the 3C2A Championships in 2018.
Yeah, you got to give the Falcons all kinds of credit here. Down a player, and we wondered who would step up, and the answer so far is just about everybody.
I like to see them establish Freeman. Just check back into the ball game here. Let's see if he can bully Hayes down low.
Riley Hamilton on Rancho Verde High School in Moreno Valley. Those guys are tough out there. Those guys are winners. I've recruited a few guys from them in the past. That is a good program. They're actually still alive in the state playoffs down in Southern California right now. They beat Santa Margarita High School the other day on a half-court shot at the buzzer.
Geez.
Wow.
Probably on ESPN somewhere.
Hood picks up the foul in the meantime. That's the 3rd team foul on the Rams here in the second half. Cerritos reversing the first half only has 1 team foul here with 14:51 to go. They got themselves into a little team foul trouble early, but were able to negotiate that and head to the locker room still within 2. They run Hamilton on the baseline. They get it into Alvis. Harris with the pressure. Thomas, checked by Hood. Hamilton looking for Freeman. Down goes Hayes, and it's Freeman who will pick up his 3rd foul.
That's his 4th, I think.
Did I misplace one? I think I did. Yep. That is 4 on Freeman.
That's two-way action, and the guy that goes down first is going to get the call in his favor. Let's watch it again here.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit of a flop, Mike.
That's a big-time flop, and Hayes gets a call.
Hard to ref big bodies like that.
It is.
We had a big 6'9", 240-pound kid this year by the name of Ronnie Reedus, and I thought it was really hard for refs to officiate him all year as well.
Harris on the drive. Good feed to Hayes. Hangs. No good. Rebound on the floor.
Hayes,
Alvis has it for the Falcons.
Some contact there on that play, and I don't know if he didn't get the call because he flopped on the last call, but he doesn't get it and goes back the other way.
Alvis leans over the dribble. Shot clock at 16. Picked up by Hood in a switch.
Nice defense.
For a cutter, finds Tyler. Tyler on the drive. Spins back right, leans, and scores.
Ooh, might have changed pivot foots there, but gets the roll. Cerritos up by 6. Perry, did you expect this?
Hayes drives hard. He's fouled.
At this point in the year, you don't really expect it to go one way or the other. I thought that all these games were going to come down to the wire. I think every team here is talented, and if you get this far, you feel like you really have your identity. You feel like you really believe. So I'm not surprised by Cerritos having a lead here and this being a tight game.
Now, did they just whistle Freeman with that foul? is he just had 4, and now he still has 4 on the board. He's going to come out right now. I think, Jeff, I think you were right when you said there was 3 fouls on Freeman before.
Yeah, they changed it to 4. He had 2, I thought, when he went out in the first half. So I had misplaced where the third had come from. So obviously, well, if he comes back in the game, we'll know
that you didn't misplace one, and you had the right count.
12 points now for Hayes as he converts the free throws. They get it ahead to Guzman.
You know,
Falcons with the 4-point lead in the ball.
One thing that's tough here for Coach LeBaugh is
Wilkes knocks down another unconscious. 4 threes in the game for Wilkes. It's a 7-point lead. This is the largest for the Falcons.
Good ducking there by Guzman to stop the ball.
Right.
What I was going to say is one thing that's tough for Coach LeBaugh is that it's not 1 or 2 guys hurting him. It's 5, 6, 7 guys for Cerritos that are making baskets and making plays.
Smith on the drive, high off the glass, no good, but a whistle and a foul called.
It's a good job by Smith, putting the defense on their heels, attacking, great mentality, timeout on the floor.
That's the 3rd on Stansbury, incidentally. 13-12 to go in the ball game. The Falcons lead it by 7. You're watching the 3C2A Basketball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Spread the word, everybody. www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. Also on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. You got something with a YouTube app on it? It's an Apple TV, Xbox One, phone, tablet, PC, you name it. SoCal College Sports 1. Catch us on the go. You can also catch this broadcast on demand on the archived copy.
Malik Smith heading to the line, trying to extend on this 7-point lead for the Falcons. The number 2 seed in the South, taking on the number 1 seed City College of San Francisco. And
you wonder if any doubt is starting to creep in the minds of the Rams from San Francisco City, just because their season ended here last year, and you know the mind plays its games with you.
Well, this has to be a challenging night for the Rams because they've made a couple of runs, and every time the Falcons have needed to answer, that's exactly what they've done, and that's got to get to you after a little while as an opponent.
Well, Jeff, they haven't been able to sustain any runs or really pull away or get to a lead or anything because they haven't been able to put together enough stops. It's not really a problem on the offensive end. They're at 56 points. There's 13 minutes left. They're going to get to 80 probably.
Well, the problem is they're probably going to give up 90.
Yeah.
Harris, meanwhile, fouled on the drive, so he's going to head to the line for a couple of free throws.
Cerritos averages 81 on the season per game. San Francisco at about 92 on the season, but they are struggling. The size, the length, really the physicality from Cerritos really bothering City in terms of what they want to do. And they've really baited Stansbury into picking up a couple of fouls that maybe he wouldn't normally because of that physicality. We're going to have lane violation here, it looks like.
The Rams had been so very good from the line, 13 of 14, but Harris missed the first, but he's going to get another opportunity here at the second.
Coach May doesn't like that whistle.
I thought both guys left there, but what do I know?
Everything.
Harris takes advantage of the second chance.
3rd time's a charm. I'm looking at quick facts. Enrollment at Cerritos College, 31,000. Wow.
Smith on the drive to the glass. Tip dunk. Thomas with the finish. So Thomas crashing the offensive boards, as is his wont, and he finishes. Hayes has that one blocked. He wants a foul, no call.
It's good, no
9-point lead for the Falcons. Here comes Smith.
Now San Francisco's got to be worried about this getting a little out of hand. Stansbury checking back in.
Smith picked up by Hayes in a switch, but gives it off to Thomas, checked by Wright. Thomas jab step for 3, and it rims in.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Demetrius Thomas, his second 3. He's got 14, a 12-point lead for Cerritos. Witt wants Hayes down low, working on Guzman. Double team comes from Wilkes. Hayes puts it on the floor, missed the layup, rebound tipped. Thomas has got it.
Terrific defense there by Guzman, just staying in front.
Yeah, this is smart by Russ. Really now slow this game down, limit the possessions, value the ball, value your possession. Good offense leads to good defense right here.
Smith starts a drive on Brown. Little hesitation, down he goes, and a blocking call on Terrell Brown. And that'll be the second on Brown, and the fourth on City College of San Francisco here in the second half as a team.
Cerritos battling for another opportunity at San Diego City. City has punched their ticket through to Championship Sunday. They will take on the winner here.
Guzman spins into the lane. Stedman still with him. Thomas open for 3. It's short. Long rebound, but Thomas tracks it down. Guzman going to back it out. Now the Falcons can take a little more time. They'll reset. Smith, hard drive on Witt, but he traveled.
He knew it too. Smith turned around and said, "What is that, a travel?" Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it must be refreshing compared to the who me. Hayes in from the left. He'll throw it down.
Drives the coach crazy.
That's too easy. Not very much time goes off of the clock, and they're going to bring back Alvis here, and alertly so.
Hayes missed on a couple of shots from in close, and that time he went to the 100%er.
Coach May has shown good poise. His team has shown good poise and been reflective of him.
Mack across to Guzman. Smith in the weave. Looking for Wilkes. Witt right on top of him.
Double dribble. Oh, wow.
Instead, they get Witt for a hold.
Thought he was waiting.
Sorry, Michael. That's his first.
Thought the referee was waiting to blow the whistle in the event that he had put that on the floor, but contact before that went off.
Side out of bounds here. Let's see if they're looking to score. You got to reset the clock to 20 there. Good job, ref.
10-point lead for the Falcons, 10:53
Marlon Mitchell
to go in the game.
Richard Patterson, Johnny Harrington, the officials. Game 4 of the day here on SoCal College Sports.
Guzman left of the key. Dribble drive on Stedman, and that's going to be a walk.
Yeah, that's the skip pivot. No bueno.
What does that mean?
No good.
Okay, thank you.
Just got to show off that he's bilingual.
Not too much anyway.
Harris guarded closely by Wilkes on the drive. Looking for Stedman. Thomas breaks it up. It's a 2-on-2.
Got a trailer.
Thomas into the lane. A little contact, no call, but he hits the floater. Great body control for Demetrius Thomas.
Thomas is the best guy in the game.
By far.
Not close.
16 in the game for Thomas. The Falcons have a 12-point lead.
Best 4 players in the game wearing blue shirts tonight.
Harris gets it to Stansbury.
What I would like to know is Thomas's story a little bit. I know he's from Connecticut. I don't know if he's a little bit older guy. I don't know his story much. I wonder what his recruitment's like. If he's got the academics squared away, you would think he's a Mountain West level guy. And I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
Alvis going to try for 3, no good. Rebound to Mack. Falcons getting on the offensive glass. Turnaround hook from Mack rattles out.
But good shot, good play. You live with that.
Absolutely.
Brown to Harris. Hooks it down low. Stedman with good position. Double team from Thomas, and Thomas picks up the foul.
It's his third.
Thomas's third?
Yep.
9:30 to go in the ball game. Stedman will head to the line for a couple of free throws. The Falcons, that's their 7th team foul, so it's free throws the rest of the way for the Rams.
Timeout on the floor. This is a good timeout. And Terrell Brown, going up against Keyshawn Mack a lot here tonight. Him and Hamilton, also Alvis. It's just been a terrific job here by Cerritos to really corral what City College of San Francisco wants to do. They're up by 12, 9:30 to go.
Yep. Jeff Demetrius Thomas over there on the training table getting stretched out and getting worked on. I talked to Coach May and staff very, very briefly last night as we were watching San Francisco City kind of pull away from Allen Hancock. I snuck over and whispered a few words to them, and they were confident, that they could play with these guys. In my opinion, I thought Cerritos had the wings and the length to compete and make Brown and Stansberry's nights difficult. And I think that's kind of what we've seen is Brown and Stansberry haven't really been able to get going. No. And San Francisco, in result of that, hasn't really been able to get going. But there's still a lot of time left, 10 minutes, 11-point game. We'll see if San Francisco can turn the tide.
I'll tell you what's interesting, if I can very quickly, Michael, is that Stansberry did get off to a fast start, hitting a couple of threes in the first few minutes, but then spent some time on the bench and hasn't really been able to get back.
Yep. I think really the factor has been the depth of the talent of Cerritos. There's more guys.
That's a weak call.
Offensive foul as Brown goes down, and for Mack, that's his third foul, 9:09 to go.
Seen a couple flops here by City getting rewarded, and, that's got to be extremely frustrating. Coach Russ May doesn't like the call, but he's got good reason.
Brown gets a high screen from Stedman, fans it out to Ionescu.
And to this point, Ionescu, for as good as he's been in spots, he has not been very consistent here today. He needs to step up here down the stretch.
Wright and Stansberry not on the same page. The turnover gives it back to Cerritos. And this is part of the challenge for the Falcons is statistically one of the very best defensive teams in the 3C2A. And they get a double-digit lead, less than 9 minutes to go. It's not going to be easy.
As it would happen, they also are not a stranger to drama.
Not so much. Not from the footage we've seen.
Yeah, triple overtime win over Riverside in the opening round of the playoffs for them. No doubter versus Santiago Canyon.
Well, a little doubt in the first half, but they played a sensational second half to pull away. Guzman backing down on Stedman. Fakes up with the right hand and scores. Guzman soft touch. Largest lead of the night for Cerritos at 13.
As I stated before, it's not just one guy. It's multiple guys that are just going at you.
Ionescu. Guzman has him in a switch. Stansberry passes on the three. Back out to Hayes. Brown starts a drive on Smith. Puts up the floater. No good. Long rebound out to Tyler.
Doesn't want to foul here with 3 fouls. Doesn't want to foul.
Tyler in from the left. Missed the layup. Gets his own rebound. Back up. No good. Rebound on the floor. Smith has it. But he went back. He came back in from out of bounds. Still had a foot out there. So the Falcons can't convert, but they still lead it by 13.
Keyshawn Mack chatting to the ref on the bench. That's a no-no.
Brown with the scoop. Won't go. Hayes in a crowd. Back up. Lays it in.
Hayes has got long arms. Not the tallest guy in the world, but those arms are long.
Yeah, he's surrounded by blue jerseys there, but what a job fighting underneath, and gets a badly needed deuce for the Rams, who still trail it by 11. Time starting to be a factor. Alvis has that one picked and stolen. Stansberry will scoop and score. Back within 9. The Rams continue to bring the pressure. Now they'll drop off as Alvis will bring it over the timeline.
Both teams with 3 timeouts left. Got to manage those as you go down the stretch here.
Alvis gets a screen from Tyler, and it's going to be a moving screen on Tyler.
You got to stay there. You're not even rolling to the basket. You're just plowing into the defender. Got to be better than that.
This is much of a run as the Rams have had, especially here in the second half, where the Falcons have really dominated the goings-on.
Well, you knew they were going to have to make a run at some point. They got, they won a ton of games this year. You knew it was coming. Well, now it's here. Let's see if they can keep doing it. Coach LeBoss struggling with Terrell Brown down there on the end of the bench a little bit. Terrell's a little fired up.
Harris and Stansberry, along with Ionescu, Hayes, and Stedman on the floor for the Rams.
I think that's what Coach LeBoss I know he's good at a lot of things, but I think that's one of the things that he's.
Oh, wow. Hayes throws it down.
One of the things Coach LeBoss is best at is being able to manage all these talented guys. That's a tough thing to do.
That is a strong move from Hayes. I don't know if we had the replay, and I think we just saw it there.
We got the floor shot there, Matt.
And I think, yeah, we'll be able to get a look at that as Hayes gets ready for the free throw. And I tell you, another thing about this, guys, this is another nice feed from Harris.
Yep.
Into the post and sets up Hayes, and he finishes the job. And a chance here as for the Rams to get back within 6 after they trailed by as many as 13. Full court trap. Smith jets into the front court.
Slow down.
But it's tipped away and stolen.
Getting out of character here, Coach.
Hood leaves it for Wright.
No Alvis out there.
Yeah, I think about getting him back in.
Stansberry off to Wright. Thomas on him. Wright on the drive, forces one up, no good. Thomas
don't like that
snatches
shot.
Down the board.
Yeah, you have to go into the defender there. You'll get rewarded with a call, but you can't bail out. They're not likely going to give you that whistle.
Mack pulls up from 16 feet, barely drew iron.
Another shot I don't like.
Yeah,
Wright
got to be more poised here down the stretch of this game.
has the rebound. Stansberry angles into the lane. Now he'll peel out.
Stansberry, he's a guy that seems like he's got poise.
Right on the give and go to the glass, lays it in.
4-point game, just like that, 4-point game.
9-0 run for City College of San Francisco. Hamilton finds Smith. They get it to Mack to break the press.
I told Mike earlier today that I thought this game was going to come down to the wire.
Guzman facing up on Hayes. Starts a move.
Guzman's the most awkward guy in the world. I don't know if he's righty. I don't know if he's lefty. I don't know if he's a point guard. I don't know if he's a center.
Mack driving on Harris, and Harris with the reach-in foul. That'll send Mack to the line.
That's on the shot. That's got to be 2.
Smith doing a good job trying to get a huddle. Cerritos, you got to get your huddle right here. Get yourself organized. All right, Smith, he's talking to him. Guys are tired, winded. Guys are all on their knees.
5:34 to go in the ball game.
Talk about those 3 timeouts.
Yep.
Made free throw on the second here. You're likely going to see one from Coach Russ May.
Is that what you think?
I think so.
We talked about both these teams played last night. It is a battle of attrition, so.
And it hurts.
Mack in and out on the free throw, and in the game against Riverside, Mack with some struggles from the line. Did shoot better over the next couple of games from the line, but he shoots a little over 60%.
I have a question. It says City on the uniforms of the white team, and they're the Rams. What team is that? Is that the Fresno City Rams or the San Francisco City Rams?
CCSF, no timeout here from Coach Russ May.
Fresno City trying to get a second chance in their game. Back out here. Harris on the drive.
Good jump stop. Nice play.
Back out Stansberry for 3. Back iron. Freeman has returned, and he's got the rebound.
Press break. Press break.
Ionescu came down on the ball and he was out of bounds, so the ball will go back to the Falcons.
That's a strange call because Freeman had the ball.
Yeah, the other guy was out of bounds.
And he was touching it while he had it. So instead of awarding some type of jump ball situation, it goes to Cerritos.
Smith.
Good spin.
Spins away from Stansberry. He's over the timeline.
You know, there's not a guy on Cerritos' roster that has not come in and impacted this game in a positive way. You would feel bad if they didn't win this game just because they played so well.
Cleared out.
Mack on the drive. Harris with him. Shot off the side of the board.
Looked like
Stansberry wants to run. It's a 4-on-2. Stansberry leaves it for Ionescu. He'll lay it in.
A lot of contact on the other end. We are going to get an official timeout here.
And Russ May is over there talking to the official.
Is that Marlon Mitchell?
This game kind of feels like San Francisco City's Final Four game last year where they were on the other end of this and they had a big lead and they gave it up. But almost 5 minutes to play, still a lot of game left.
You got 3 timeouts, and I know we've been talking a little bit about that. Either one of you surprised that we haven't seen a timeout from Russ May here?
I think both coaches know that it's coming down to the wire here, Perry, and you got to keep them in the clip.
11-1 run for the Rams.
I am surprised there hasn't been a timeout just to regroup your guys a little bit.
Mack.
They're forcing him left for whatever reason.
Leaves it for Smith. Shot clock at 12. Smith on Brown. Off to Thomas.
Cleared out.
Thomas checked by Hood. Spins baseline. Goes to the fadeaway. That's short. Hood's got the rebound.
Fadeaway off of one leg.
Don't like that shot, Mike. Got to get to the rim. Going to attack Freeman here.
Hood driving on Freeman. Double pump. Scores.
Still no timeout. That's off Cerritos.
And they're going to turn it over.
Still no timeout. Guzman coming back in the game.
Off the leg of Smith, the Rams on a run. It's a 13-1 run. Timeout taken, 4:14 to go. Cerritos up 1. It's the 3C2A championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Side OB, what do we got, Coach LeBar? What do we got?
Rams trail it by 1. They have trailed by as many as 13. But they're on a run and now looking for the lead.
I love that. I love that, Coach.
Spins baseline on Mack, lays it in.
Coach LeBar pushing the right buttons. I love that play right there. Going to the paint, go to the bread and butter of Hayes down on the block.
The Rams have scaled the mountain. They lead it by 1. Guzman, hard drive, and he lays it in.
What a response there. You talked about it. You don't know if he's a point guard. You don't know if he's a forward, a center. He just displayed all positions right there.
Brown hangs in the air, double pump, and a foul.
Wow.
One thing, the great Andy Brown, you know, the best defensive coach in the state of California, he spends time right away on the first day of defensive practice, and he talks about squaring your stance. Okay, and you got to have your chest in front of that man, and you got to have your butt to the rim. And Cerritos right there not doing a good job of squaring their stance, giving that guy an open lane. Really, not really a difficult play for Terrell Brown to make.
Converts the three-point play, 78-76. Brown with 15. Alvis back in the game at the controls. He's out there with Mack, Hamilton, Thomas, and Guzman.
As you can tell, I feel a little special way about Andy.
Well, I think there's good reason for that, yeah. Hamilton with Ionescu on him.
San Fran's trying to deny Mack.
Looking for Mack, working against Harris. And they started to call that going to the Rams, but then I think they conferred.
That's the right call.
San Francisco defensively right there is trying to deny Demetrius Thomas and deny Keyshawn Mack, and they're saying, let somebody else beat me, and I don't mind that strategy. Look for Riley Hamilton, though, Mr. Clutch, right?
Mr. Clutch.
Alvis, a drive on Brown. The runner
Wow!
is good.
You take that shot every day of the week here, Barry.
Wow! Goes to the hook, tied at 78. What a finish from Alvis.
Doing Columbia proud on that one.
You guys are paying me extra if we go overtime, right?
I got water for you.
Hayes on the drive, finishes with the left hand.
Nobody can stop him right now.
Maybe in and out.
We'll see.
Now you've softened your stance on in and out, haven't you?
Well, there's no bakers nearby.
Alvis.
Thomas got to be smart there. Don't get frustrated with them trying to deny you. Don't be slapping somebody's hand. Just play.
Mack back
crucial.
Outside to Hamilton. Shot clock at 11. Hamilton on the drive. Goes glass, no good. Rebound, back tap.
That's off Mack. We'll see what they call. Jump ball.
They're going to go jump ball. They're going to confer.
Go to the monitor.
They're going to confer.
No, they can't. And, I think it's
go to the monitor.
Jump ball.
This is off Mack right here.
No.
Marlin comes over and changes it from the furthest. If I'm Coach LeBar, I really don't appreciate that call. You got to go to a jump ball on that.
Coach, honestly, on the monitor there, I thought that was off
Yeah, it looked like we have
I
the
thought that
advantage.
was off of Hood.
Yeah, we're about 20 seconds behind on the broadcast that we have up here on the monitor, and that allows us to see that again. And I think on a second look, I think that was off the Rams. So
I'm blind.
I think they got the call right.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll never know for sure. The Rams with the 2-point lead.
I just think that the primary ref and the secondary ref are right there, and they didn't call it. It's got to go to a jump ball.
Mack hangs, goes glass, no good. Foul before the tip-in. So go against City College. It's going to go on Ionescu. Ionescu with his first foul. Mack going to head to the line. This will be, well, this should be 2 shots, obviously, a shooting foul. So Mack heads to the line. He was 1 out of 2 on his last trip. You get a look at Keyshawn Mack as he prepares for very big free throws coming up here in a 2-point game, 2:09 to go.
You think these are big? Down 2 minutes left? Season on the line, state championship berth?
I am prepared to say it. I'm going to make it declarative here. These are big free throws.
Mike, did I say this game's going to come down to the wire?
You did.
I'm trying to remember if I said that or not.
Did I tell you that Cerritos had a chance?
Yes, you did. But I said it was going to come down the wire.
We're both right.
Mack in and out, back in again.
Like always, we're both right.
That's true.
So Mack with 11.
We're both right because we're not at the house. We're both right because our wives aren't around us.
Yes.
Second free throw for Mack is short.
Nice short-armed it.
And that is ripped down by Hood.
I always feel like these type of situations, it always goes to a 1-point game. It never gets tied up right there for whatever reason.
Stansbury leaves it for Brown. Starts to drive on Alvis.
Good hands, Alvis.
Tipped out. It'll stay with San Francisco.
I thought you didn't want overtime, Barry. Oh, yeah, you do. You want in and out.
I want extra money.
How can you not want more of this?
There you go. That's a monopoly money.
Gotta get it in.
Brown.
Gotta get it in.
Wow, that was
fine. Stansbury.
4.5 seconds.
Shot clock at 13.
Short 5.
This is a matchup I like. If I'm City, I'd almost just clear out.
Brown.
Flare, 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 flare.
On the drive, Guzman with the help. Late whistle and a blocking call. So Brown going to head to the line for a couple of free throws.
And Brown 82% from the stripe on the season coming into these championships. So you like what you have at the free throw line if you're CCSF.
He was 12 of 12 yesterday in the victory over Allen Hancock.
When City goes to that little horn set with Stansbury upsetting that ball screen, they're looking to flare him, and Cerritos knew that, so they didn't really hedge on Brown. He was able to turn the corner. You almost got to switch that.
He's 10 out of 11 with that made free throw.
Free throws, man. Free throws, free throws, free throws. You got your best defensive lineup in the game if you're Coach LeBas. You got your best offensive lineup in the game if you're Coach May. Both teams got timeouts left, so you can mix and match, and now you got to see guys that, head coaches that can manage a game. I love these times of the game. You really feel like you have an impact.
All the way across to Mack. Fans it out. Hamilton on the drive, throws it down.
Big time. Coach, he's big time.
He's a great player.
Hamilton with 16. Back to within 1.
He was Fullerton Hornets missing piece this year. I should have been all over that.
Well, they ran him off the line, wouldn't let him take the 3, and he finished with the dunk. Brown off to right. A drive on Guzman, and he puts it in. Soft touch for Wright on the drive.
Wright hasn't scored a ton today. Big play there.
Mack in on Wright, lays it off the glass. No good, and a whistle and a foul called.
That's right call.
We are under a minute to go, and Keyshawn Mack heading back to the line.
Interesting, up 3 with a minute left. San Francisco City still in the full court press, allowing Mack to attack in the open court, going left, getting pretty much Cerritos' best guy to his strength in the open floor.
Let's give another shout out to the crew guys here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Emery Johnson, Matt Henson, Ryan Wilmore, Alyssa Root, Jorge Zepeda. You guys have done a tremendous job today. We've changed up the camera setup here, and guys, I got to tell you, it looks terrific.
You guys are awesome.
58.3 to go, and Cerritos trailing it by 3. We'll step aside very quickly, come back for the final minute here. It's the 3C2A Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
We just went in at the break here and talked about, the different camera angles, some of the lighting here at the gym, that it's tough to accommodate here. We have a couple cameras on the floor, a couple cameras back here. There's no backlight up top. And you guys have done a tremendous job with all of it.
Mack, 3 of 6 from the line, and he gets that one to go.
Just missed one. That's a good job stepping back up, forgetting about the last play, moving on to the next. Do Cerritos pressure here, or do they just get back and get a stop? I get back and get a stop.
Yeah.
Good job.
84-83, Falcons
seconds.
within 1.
Coach May's done a good job. He's allowed his guys every opportunity to go ahead and win this game. They're exactly where they want to be.
Hayes on Guzman. Finds Harris, blocked by Guzman, and a foul call.
How do you call that?
Well, we're going to be able to look at this one. See if we can get this one on the floor shot on the replay, if possible. I think that's going to give us the best possible look at the finish here as Harris goes to the reverse, and see if we can see here. And
that's all ball up top.
It's tough and fast motion, obviously, and Harris going to head to the line. And yeah, it's certainly arguable that Guzman got more than enough ball for play to continue.
Ball don't lie.
Missed the first. Harris with one more coming.
It's not anything against Harris, but he's fallen away from the bucket. It's something where he's not planning on going up strong with it. He's bailing out, and he has it blocked up top, and they award him 2 free throws.
Second free throw. That's no good. Wright keeps it alive. Follow won't go. On the glass, Hayes.
That's punctuation mark right there.
That's tough.
You can't do that if you're Cerritos. 2 free throws don't go down. You allow not 1 but 2 chances back at it, and Hayes makes you pay.
Timeout taken.
You work free throw line blockouts so many times throughout the year. Well, at least we do.
Yeah, I got to tell you, as we see the play one more time, on our monitor, it's a great job by Wright. He spins out of the box out to keep that play alive, and then Hayes just goes into beast mode.
Yeah, he does.
Down low and just finishes it off. And if you're the Falcons, you got to regroup right away. 43.6 to go. You're back down 3.
Not to bring up, who's not here, but would have been nice to have Carter in there blocking out, trying to get that rebound.
Yeah, Jason. And you know what? I'm surprised without Carter and knowing that he's a big rebounding factor that you don't have Freeman maybe in that spot. You got a couple timeouts at your disposal. If you have Freeman in there, you secure a rebound. Now you got a possession in your favor, and they elect not to go that way. And Hayes makes him pay, as we talked about. He's really been the difference in his bulk.
Mike, okay, right here. Offensively, you are going to the rim, okay? Don't fall in love. We don't need to shoot a 3 here. We're going to the rim. I don't want to predict what's going to happen, but don't be surprised if San Francisco City fouls a guy going to the rim. San Francisco City's got to be smart, moving their feet, playing legal defense. Don't foul a shooter. They're going to pick up full here. I would imagine they're going to pick up full with the intent to keep guys in front of them and try to make them score. Yep, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, in a 3-point game, you really have an eternity left here at 40 seconds.
Yeah, you don't need to shoot a 3.
Alvis,
they want to
off to Hamilton. Harris on top of him.
Guzman
off
the post.
To Alvis.
Alvis.
Step back 3, short. Rebound pulled down by Wright.
Give it to a free throw shooter. Give it up.
No shot clock.
No.
Stansberry in from the left, and it's a blocking call.
Might be the dagger.
Going to be tough to overcome 5 with 22 seconds left.
And Stansberry's got a free throw coming. And that may finally put away Cerritos. What an incredibly game effort. But they trail it now by 5 with 22.7 to go.
Got to go. Now you got to really go. Now maybe you're thinking 3.
It's true, guys. I'm reading a book right now that's covering 1983 North Carolina State and their run to a championship. And they faced this exact situation, I don't know, about 5 times on their way to a championship and somehow managed to come back and win every time. So I agree it's not over. But Stansberry with a chance here to put the Rams up 6. And he does. Alvis. Got to hurry. In on Hood.
Oh, game over.
Great job by Stansberry jumping that passing lane in from the left.
Wide.
Goes to the left hand. Scoop won't go. Rebounds on the floor, but Harris has it. They'll foul him Hamilton picks up the foul, and with 8.3 to go, Harris is heading to the line.
What a night for tomorrow. I don't want to cut you guys off, but I'm excited about tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, it's going to be the battle of 1 seeds in the final. 3:30 start time tomorrow. 2 games on the docket. Championship Sunday at 1 o'clock. It'll be the women. And Perry, you're exactly right. This is a matchup that's been culminating all year, and we will see City College of San Francisco and San Diego City, the defending state champs, a rematch of last year's semifinal.
Guys, Cerritos at one point led 73-60. Since that point, it's been 29-10 in favor of City College of San Francisco. You got to give the Rams a ton of credit. We wondered if maybe they'd get a little bit rattled after such a dominating season, being down 13. And guess what? They absolutely didn't. They came back with some of their best basketball all year.
Credit Coach LeBach keeping his guys together. They can credit the players to keep fighting and keep grinding through it all.
Thomas will pull up from 3. That one rattles out.
What a year
that
for
will
Cerritos.
do it. 89-83. City College of San Francisco on to the final. We'll come back, wrap things up here from Ventura. The finals are set for tomorrow. It's the 3C2A championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
It's a final 89-83 high drama in the men's bracket semifinal number 2. CCSF, top seed from the north, moves on. They will play City College of San Francisco tomorrow at 3:30. Gentlemen, what a performance by Lewis Hayes. Unbelievable. 25 points, 7 rebounds. Felt like more rebounds because he was such a beast in the low post, and he was the difference.
Yeah, tremendous job by Lewis Hayes, especially down the stretch of the game. He made some big plays, big offensive rebounds and baskets. And, you know, I'm looking at the stats here, and Cerritos goes and has 5 guys in double figures. They shoot 55% from the field. They shoot 64% from 3, and they lose the game.
Yeah. You know, it really highlights to me that both teams will appear in the championship game tomorrow faced significant challenges tonight in different ways. I think San Diego City kind of got punched in the mouth and came back and showed what kind of team they are and said, we can beat you at that game, and showed why they're the defending champion and were able to get past a very gritty Fresno team that was doing everything they could to kind of get them to play their style of basketball if they could, and the game they wanted. And then meanwhile, City College of San Francisco takes a big punch from a very talented team that played, as Perry's talking about, a near flawless game, you know, pretty much for 40 minutes, and they were able to withstand that, make a run late. So I think it's safe to say that the two teams in the championship really deserve to be there.
Yeah. You know, for me, being on this level and knowing, you know, a pretty good amount about most of the teams on the level, you know, obviously know more about the South than I did about the North, but just from hearing what I've heard all year about the North, you don't always get the 2 best teams in the championship game in terms of talent, in terms of what their overall body of work was. Sometimes there's an upset, and that kind of upsets the whole playoff picture. We're lucky because tomorrow we're going to see a lot of Division I prospects. We're going to see a lot of big-time athletes. We're going to see 2 coaches of won here before, and we're going to see 2 teams that have a history of playing against each other last year, and a lot of guys returned from that game. So I'm excited to watch it. I'm also excited to learn from it and hopefully get back in an opportunity to be a part of it next year.
Table was set for Championship Sunday, 1 o'clock tomorrow. The women's final, it'll be Mount San Jacinto and Merced, the Cinderella here, knocking off a top seed Palomar on Thursday, and then today an emphatic win over Fresno City. And that will do it for our coverage here. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, the women, and then followed by the men, the 1 seeds from both the North and the South, San Diego City and City College of San Francisco. For Jeff Storynoff, Perry Webster, the entire crew here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Special thanks, of course, George Matagakis, Mike Robles, Carlisle Carter, Will Cowan, Athletic Director of the Year here in the 3C2A. Signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.